guys, H2O Sly here, just bringing you some Forza 5. My buddy Sneaky Houdini 75 is going to be racing in the green Skyline. He's been in a couple of my videos before. Basically, for the last couple of weeks, we've been working on an idea, or I guess you could say more of a dream, and that is to create a racing game esport. Call of Duty, StarCraft, League of Legends, they all have one, but there is an esport for racing, which I found kind of strange, considering Forza was pretty popular. So that's what we want to do. We want to create an esport, and the only way it's going to work is if the community can come together. And that's where we come in. We want to act as kind of like a hub of activity for the community. We plan on having monthly tournaments to start off with, and as we gain popularity, we'll get them closer and closer together. As of right now, there will be some prizes. We haven't decided what yet, but they'll most likely be related to the Xbox as long as we're playing Forza. Oop, bumped the table. And we're thinking about maybe doing Project Cars when that comes out. We'll have to take a look and see what it's like. Just kind of thinking more availability to everyone, since Forza is a Microsoft exclusive. But what we would like to do, instead of just racing, we would also like to make top fives, such as top 5 crashes, whether it's you by yourself playing against a computer, or you in an online race, or you and a couple of friends make a smash 'em up derby kind of race. And we would also want to do top 5 finishes, like nail biter finishes. So if you get a really close finish, really crazy final lap, send that in. And we want to do these every other week. So crashes will be 1 week, and finishes will be 1 week. That way it'll give you guys an opportunity to have a little bit of time to come up with some footage. Also, what we want to do is to create kind of like a top 5 movie recreations. So if you think you can make Brian's Skyline from Fast and Furious, or Vin Diesel's car, any car that's in the game that's been in a movie before, you are more than welcome to recreate that and submit it. And we were thinking of whatever car finishes on top for that week, or that section of series if it's every other week, to rock that as our car for the week. We're also wanting to do, as far as us personally, just having more content for you guys to view instead of trying to create, is to have our own cars. For example, I really like the Lambo that I'm driving. I call it the Batmobile. Whereas Sneaky Houdini has kind of seemed to have been a little partial to the Nissans lately. And we would have about half hour, 45-minute episode of us working on our car, whether it's tuning it or doing races against you guys in the rival mode, or getting a group of you to race against us and stream live. That's also a possibility. We're thinking of doing a lot of streaming, and then most of our content will probably come from live streams, and have the video of what we've done on YouTube intermingled with the top 5 that we are wanting to do with you guys. Basically, the only way that this dream or idea is going to work is with a community behind it. You see how big the community for Call of Duty is, how big the community for League of Legends is. There's nothing like that, at least that I can find. If you guys know of something, maybe you could direct me to it. As far as a community for racers to get together, I know Forza's forums are pretty active, and as well as are some other forums, but I haven't seen anything geared towards competitive racing for the community in any organized sort of sense. Like I said, even Game Battles doesn't have anything. And that's kind of the level that we want to take it to, is to escalate to MLG and Game Battles. An idea I had that we're still kicking around a little bit, as far as amateur and professional esports go, is the exact settings that the game has. Right now we play on the professional difficulty for assists, and 35% difficulty for drivatars. And that would kind of be like, in my eyes, something like the amateur level. Whereas the Pro, we could put on actual physical damage. So you have to watch how you're racing. You can't just smash into everybody. While that's fun, I feel like the difficulty change would bring a whole different skill set. And what's nice is, unlike Call of Duty, what we would have in common with League is the maps aren't going to change. We were thinking of, for the Grand Prix races, have something along the lines of a 5-set race for points. So it'd be like, just for example, we haven't decided on any tracks yet, but like Prague, the Alps, Road America with Speedville, maybe Bathurst, and like a couple tracks like that where you have to race 5 races in a row, and you would accrue points over those races, and whoever had the highest point total at the end would be the winner. Another thing we thought about doing was to make it so instead of just you on the track by yourself like you are in the game, you're racing as a team. So you could go all Ricky Bobby, Slingshot Engage, and get into first place because your teammate let him draft up behind you. Or we could have, just like in Ricky Bobby, how they have the crew manager. They're constantly on the radio with each other, talking about this corner's coming up. You got so-and-so coming up behind you. Things like that. A little bit more assistance, not so much as far as actual driving, but as far as what's going on around you. I know myself, I like to drive inside the car view. And it makes it a little harder to know what's going on depending on what car I'm driving, on either the left or right side of me, because you can't see that one mirror. There's just a couple of different things we're kicking around, but we're definitely going to progress forward as far as right now a more traditional role with just the standard single circuit race kind of thing, and progress from there. If you guys, I really, really, really would appreciate your guys' feedback on this. We're still in the very early stages, still figuring out how to turn a video game into the monster of an esport, and would appreciate any feedback that you guys have, especially from those I've seen on the Forza forums. I know you guys are on YouTube, and let us know what you think. Like I said, I want this to be a community-driven thing where your voice can be heard and we can create something together, and that's what's going to make it truly great. Not just me saying, this would be an awesome idea, let's do this. Obviously, I'm going to have some ideas and I'm going to voice them to you. I want to hear your opinion. I want to make it something that everybody, or I shouldn't say everybody because you can't make everybody happy, but the majority of you would like to compete in or to be part of, instead of just viewing something on YouTube or watching something on Twitch. To create a community where you can come and say, hey, this track's kicking my ass. Do you have any tips or tricks for tuning? Because I'm definitely going to need those. I don't know what I'm doing. I think I have a pretty decent idea, but I know there's a lot more fine-tuning that we could do. And so I'm going to leave you guys with that, some food for thought. There's a link below for my Twitter and the blog that I started, and as well as the email address for submissions. I'm going to put it down in the description so that there's no confusion when it comes to spelling or anything like that. And don't forget to like, comment, favorite, subscribe. Peace.